Why do you have the Olsen twins on for the show?
I can tell you.
Oh, okay. You gonna. That's good.
Alrighty, Sam. So now that you've exposed me to everyone, I feel like you're trying to get some behind the scenes footage here, left and right. I like take a bite of my sandwich. You're like, this is good for cold opener. I do this. You're
This
like,
is
this is
you.
good. Can you go take a shower? I think that would be really good for cold opener.
Hey man, there is a lot of. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but if you could like record yourself while you pee, there's a big
That'll be
market for it
great.
in East Asia.
As the
It's
YouTube
they pay good money for.
back. But okay,
They
episode
pay good money
7, season finale.
for.
One of the best ones. I'm not sure if they're aware of it. Max said that he hated it going back on the episode. I don't know what he was
Mac
thinking. This one.
Mac is losing his edge, man. He's selling out. I'm not.
Man,
I
I
don't
can't
think.
wait till we get to
No,
the
no.
part.
But
My favorite thing is when Mac goes to the guy's house, to the PE teacher in his
which
little shorts, hoping to get molested. I mean, the way he shows up at the guy's house is the funniest.
I have that. I have to say again. Maybe people know because perhaps I doubt it, but they may have watched our other episodes. Uh, I have not seen the first season since I saw it like the first time, which I kind of forced myself through. I remember not liking the first season, and it's so much better. But it's also giving me existential crisis. This joke about Mac gave me a huge existential crisis, and
Really?
I tell you why later. Yeah,
Okay,
like
looking
really,
forward.
like it was very sad. It was very sad. But I have to say, this is like their first. There's a couple of. I feel like this is the first episode where they sort of is starting to really go for over the top
Hmm.
sort of word, and I don't know. What do you think?
Like, I mean, the twins
Even though this
are
is
the
not the
twins are pretty like, are pretty like
out there,
pushing.
yeah.
Yeah, they're pushing. I don't know what kind of
Yeah,
boundaries,
it's
but a
just
lot of boundaries are being pushed.
it's so
And how
yeah.
willing Mac is to get
Yeah,
molested is just, and then the uncle. I mean, we'll get to there, but like they clearly show him as a pedophile in this episode. I'm trying to think if in the other seasons they really lean into him being a
yeah.
pedophile or more as a
Yeah,
creep.
yeah.
They do, because the hand thing just
Yeah,
gets
well,
takes
I'll tell you.
over.
They after this they go more into a creep thing, but then
Yeah.
later on it gets like I think at some point it gets pretty much confirmed. But yeah, we have to watch that. But yeah, let's do the
Yeah.
countdown so
Are
we
you
talk
ready?
while.
All right, let's start the episode. So 11:15 a.m. on a Monday. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Start your day. Oh,
Pennsylvania.
Mac
I
is
have
actually
to.
drinking coffee. No beer
Oh,
yet
that's
here, which is like his
yeah.
biggest.
And
They all they do on their podcast is talk
let's
about
talk
booze
about
or
coffee
coffee. It's like 50% of the
and girls.
conversation, and girls. Now you remember
Yeah,
when after the second episode we were in the trailer drinking whiskey? Do you remember that? Yeah. That's
man.
after when
But
we bought
is,
the 6 pack, right? And we drank it the day before
isn't
when we were
that
riding. That's like all they remember
isn't
of us.
that isn't that life though? Like I say, do you know, like we are relatively like on the young side of life, is still technically speaking, not
Pushing it, but yeah.
emotionally or I mean, match like in terms of like emotional matureness, we are probably five, but I am at least. But like but anyway, point is that already like half of our conversation is. Do you remember when we had that drink and we watched that thing together? Like, you know what I mean? It's already we are there,
100%.
so
Sure.
it's fascinating. I mean there. I have to say the matter of factness of the episode titles. I just love it. Just
Yeah.
Charlie got molested. gang finds a dead body. Like, it's so good. It's so
They really convey the topic and they're nice and short. Okay, so we just saw the opener. And now,
I
yeah,
mean,
I mean,
still
Dennis
anti.
and Dee's
You're pro opener.
relationship
I'm anti.
is so different in season 1, though. They're far more like respectful and they like talk to each other and like half listen. I
No,
mean,
no, I don't
from what
think
I
so. Not
recall,
in
that
this.
he
I think
becomes very dismissive. I mean, Dennis is just insanely
no, no. But
dismissive
in
of
this
Dee later on.
episode, I feel like in this episode, actually, you see the root of their relationship they will come to have, in terms of they tend to think of both of them. They think of themselves as slightly more intelligent
Yeah.
in terms of scheming. In fact, they're not, and they try to scheme together while scheming against each other. So I feel like you see that in this episode with the whole, they're both trying to be psychologists. They're kind of on the same sort of elitist side, but at the same time, they hate each other. I don't know. I in this episode, not so much in other episodes. Maybe I'm wrong here.
You're
Maybe
right.
you're more.
You're right. So I
Thank
mean,
you.
yeah, no, yeah, you're right here. It of course starts. They both think they know what's best for Charlie and how to get Charlie to
Like
admit that he was molested.
this really reminded me of the episode. I wrote this down. This really reminded me of the episode where they talk about evolution, and Mac tries
Oh, I
to
remember that.
prove evolution. I love that. I mean, it's one of my favorite episodes because, and the smugness, because these two again are on the side of, like, science, and but they don't really know why. I mean, they're really on the side of science because they've been told that's the right position to take. It's so good. It's so
No,
good,
100%.
I have to say.
So Mac is he's trying to look for evidence here, right? About how he looked. Oh yeah, he's looking
Well,
for a picture of him as a kid.
how he
And he's like,
looked.
how could I not have
Yeah,
been
exactly.
molested?
Okay, now we are getting to the joke. So the joke is that Mac's ego is so big that he he's surprised by the fact that he didn't get molested, but other kids were, as they call them, what was it? They smelled like ass wipes or something. Like, they got molested. That's
Yeah.
he's surprised by it. And I mean, we do another show and all that. And if you recall, I did a joke about that, like how in Islamic things they like they what's it called, in boarding school, sorry, they molest kids.
Yeah.
And I went to a boarding school and I didn't get molested, and I was very upset. And so now I don't know, was that a joke that I came up with, or was that a joke I stole from these guys, basically?
I think it's an easy joke to come up with, so I would think you could have
Yeah,
come up with it.
it is, right?
It's something we would say. I mean, it's something I would think
Exactly.
of. If that would have happened, I would have thought of that.
Well,
So
me getting molested?
no, of me. Like if I was in that situation, like if I had gone to boarding school, like 10 years later, if this would have come up, I would have made that connection. So another way
So
I'm
you
trying
don't
to
think
say
about
that I
me
could
getting
have been a
molested?
writer of It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. No, me too. That's what I'm saying too.
But
Basically,
maybe
that
you were molested and you're just pushing it down and you don't want to, agree to it. So your brain is just like, making you think that it
using it
never
as a
happened.
joke. Oh,
Oh
well,
no, yeah.
sure, but
You
I
know
think
like how
you're
some
confirming
memories
my
like
theory that you spend a lot of time thinking about me getting molested as a kid. So I feel that's your problem. But
No, I feel like an
joking.
Iranian kid wouldn't
Oh,
get molested.
Iranian kids bite. So no. I love, by the way, who's obsessed with the fact that, oh yeah, it's Mac that's obsessed. Were they getting blown?
Yeah, he wants to know. But
Oh
man, we're seeing the twin brothers here
yeah, we
who
are.
just came out of
And
taking a shower together, and and they
no, he
blackmail
said
Charlie in the
he
most
didn't say
poisonous
we.
way. Oh yeah.
He said he. Oh my God, they are. I don't know why. And by the way, most Iranians I know, I was very lucky, and I have evidence. Like, people can look. I do not pluck. I was very lucky. I do not have a unibrow.
Oh yeah, I had a
I
big
don't know
one.
what's with unibrow? Why is it so off-putting? Like, you know what like it's so weird because
I
it's
mean,
not
it does make
that.
you no, it does make you seem like you're frowning a bit. Like, you know, it always makes you seem like you yeah, I don't know.
I see it.
It
Okay, but by the way, love this a year ago, Charlie.
I know that's so funny.
Just Swedish. I was joking. I was joking. I would never joke about that. I'm never.
so, I mean, actually, I don't understand. Was Charlie molested or not? You
Charlie
guys,
was molested, but by his uncle.
yeah,
Like in later seasons, it's kind of
true.
confirmed. But oh
Boy.
my! By the way, Jimmy Simpson, he he puts this sort of a. I mean, Jimmy Simpson is this guy, the blondish guy, the guy who is
So this
touching
guy,
Charlie. So so creepy. He's so good in Westworld season 1
mm.
as well. By the way, yeah, such a. But yeah, he's going all mess. What is he doing? What is he huffing there? He's huffing someone's on
I
there. What
know.
is going on? It's so.
By the way, so in this
Yeah.
episode, we're
What
gonna see a lot of characters who come back. But you know, in the episode, they also like mention that Charlie has twin sisters, and you don't see them, and they never come back. But it's mentioned, and yeah, that's the storyline.
Oh,
It's never.
do
So
they?
that's why I got the Olsen twins here.
When when is that
They mentioned
mentioned?
and
I
they
didn't hear
mention
that.
it when I think he goes to his mom's house, and they also talk about it on the podcast. How that was
Ah,
just thrown out there, and never
by the
mentioned.
way,
You like the Olsen twins?
oh, not really. Their sister though,
Oh,
Elizabeth Olsen, is a fantastic actress and very
uh,
beautiful lady.
okay. I was more talking
But
about the
no, Olsen
looks.
twins
I'm
I've
glad you
never been
covered
on. I
that.
know they were on that show Full House.
Yeah, yeah. And they do and just like I
Uh,
remember when I was a kid, you
I'm a
know.
fan of Bob Saget, but I
Mm.
yeah never watched Full House, but that much.
And then
I
producers
watched
at
Bob
one
Saget
point
stand.
just found out that you can just take the Olsen twins and put them in different contexts, and that's a new movie. So one movie they're in Paris, the next movie they're like in a suburb here. Like that's all they had to do with them. Just like take the same plot but put it in different settings with these two other
Is
guys.
it?
Just like they
What is
recreated
that
it for so
plot?
long.
They get lost or something, and
I mean, they're
somebody
just
has to
twins in
find
a
them.
city. And yeah, and they
Okay,
like some guy.
that's.
That's the plot.
Oh my
That's
God! By
a,
the way, this is Rob is
oh
trying to seduce or
no,
attract.
this is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
The way Max shows up at the teacher's house just to get
No, no.
molested.
I love this line. What do you want me to do? He's like, what are you trying to do? What you want me to do? By the way, I sympathize with Mac. I have to say, my joke about the boarding school is based on true story. I always felt somewhat shunned by the molesting community, molesting community. I
Man,
think
you were
so.
probably so annoying that the guy was like, "This is not worth it." The guy's like,
Fuck
no,
this.
no, no, no. I'd rather never touch a child again than spend 2 more minutes listening to this guy.
I was the
You're
when
like,
I was a
hold
child.
on right here. Yeah, yeah, you can touch me after. Let me just get you this old book I have on the royal family.
So, do you know about? Have you heard about Cyrus the Great? How are your feelings about Cyrus? Where do you stand on the First Empire? But yeah, no, that's police used to. Yeah, they used to use me as a sort of I was the sort of a pedophile reverser. They would be sort of
The
children.
guy hasn't touched a kid for 6 weeks after talking to you.
Yeah,
It's like Sam really
he
put
hates
things
kids
into
now.
perspective, you know? It's not worth it. Life's too short.
I didn't know kids could be this assholeish.
But hold
Really,
on,
he
going
couldn't be.
back to the show, something just
Yeah.
hit me. They're always kind of playing pool, and there's pool involved. Of course, they have a pool table at the bar. This never comes up in the
That's good fun.
podcast. They never talk about pool or if they're into pool or where. But of course, it's normal to have a pool table, so maybe none of them were into it. But all the other stuff, like one of them or Mac would be like, oh yeah, between the age of 16 and 19, I was obsessed with pool, or something like that. But it never comes up.
Good point. Well, a good point, well made. I have nothing to add, but
Oh, there comes Charlie's mom, who just
oh
guess
yes,
the same actress.
I have. Jesus,
So
sorry,
Dennis
my
and
apologies.
Dennis and Dee want her to like hold an intervention. Is
It's
an
more deep,
intervention?
but
Yeah.
yeah, I can't. By the way, I can't wait for more future seasons. And when uh Mac's mom and Mac's mom is the best, I think. It's just
Mac's mom. Oh yeah,
and
the
their
smoker
relationship.
with the short hair. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah,
Where did they
that's
find these
delish.
creatures to feature in this show?
It's
Jesus.
bloody fascinating.
Jesus
But I
Christ.
want to. I did you hear about what's his name? Uh, like how much they allowed the actors to have an open hand, like Jimmy Simpson, the brothers. They said
Hmm.
basically they created the
The care.
characters.
Oh, I
I
see.
don't know.
No, I think I missed
It
that
was
part.
well, I have to say that was good. Oh, this is my favorite
Yeah.
scene.
This is the scene that we have the
Yeah,
photo.
yeah.
They want Charlie to show on the doll where he got molested, and
Oh
you
my
get to
God.
see the uncle.
Uncle, the uncle is the best. The uncle is just so good. And I have to say, this is like, I have to say, I feel like this scene took guts. I love, by the way, how Jimmy Simpson is like, hello, Charles. This scene took a lot of guts because in this, they do a lot of sort of, they exaggerate a lot more than I think they have done so far,
Yeah,
like
but
in
did you
terms of
hear the whole thing
using
though?
classical.
They wanted this storyline to be all about a priest, but FX actually told them no,
Oh,
don't do that. A
yes,
priest is
yes.
molesting, because they were scared of the Catholic Church, and that really surprised me. Like I mean, I
Me
think
too. Yeah, that's.
nowadays, I mean, I understand a powerful organization coming after you that is, but does the Catholic Church, like, I
I
mean, they have to go after
can.
everyone. Like, they just have
I
to be
genuinely
issuing
by
letters left and right. Don't make fun of us. Don't make fun of us. Hey, don't make fun of us.
I was very surprised by that, and I like by late 90s I thought like Christian jokes were kind of
Yeah.
cliche, like it's been like George Carlin had done them to death, like type of, but yeah, oh turn her over. This is so like the uncle is so disgusting. Yeah, turn her over. Like oh my God, so and Charlie's face and he goes. Do it, do it. The uncle is so just anyway. But yeah, I was surprised by that. I was really so. And by the way, the gym teacher thing is not far off though. Do you know the fact that in 1990s the House Speaker, the Speaker of the House Speaker in Congress, the Republican House Speaker, Dennis, what was his name? Dennis, whatever. He was the gym. It turned out during the time he was a gym teacher, he molested
Oh,
loads of children. Yeah,
I mean, one of the more
loads.
famous recent cases was around 2009, 2010, Pennsylvania, actually, the University of Pittsburgh's football coach. And, in the US, being the football coach of a university is like being the football coach of, a real professional team. And he was a huge serial like molester and all this. And it came up with,
Really?
yeah, I guess he wasn't molesting the university kids, but he was
Oh, okay.
molesting, I guess, other younger kids.
Uh, by the way, this is also I like this scene because it's like the first time where I mean it's not the first time actually, but Charlie like whenever Charlie's sort of like when you try to control Charlie, it kind of backfires, and I feel
Oh yeah, for
the
sure, always.
brother fine.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's
this
always
guy,
back. Like
sorry.
he's not the smartest guy, but you don't. Well, whatever. Disgusting. children or just like
Yeah,
these
no. Is an American
adults?
retired college football and convicted serial child molester. Because
Uh,
then they have access. On Sundays they give free classes to kids or something. They have a lot of access to kids. These kind of people.
yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. Just yeah, they should put CCTV. Oh, I love how, by the way, how obvious it's that Charlie's selling them out, just
Yeah, I know.
pointing through the window.
But the way he approaches the detective, they're like, "What is this about?" He's like, "Sodomy." Like, does he
What
know
if
what that
so?
means?
Yeah. By the way, the word sodomy, where it comes from.
No.
Sodom was a city. I mean, in Bible that they used to do a lot of bad things, and God, because God, especially in the Old Testament, did not have, let's say, access to medication.
Hmm.
He like they did bad things, so he destroyed everybody. Like he killed all of them. Yeah, so sodomizing comes from that.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, very.
Wasn't aware of that.
I love,
The historical lesson
I
of the
love
day, huh?
Yeah, I know. I love
Yeah.
the Old Testament gods. I have to say, he didn't fuck around. By the way, I don't think in later seasons they ever smoke on a screen, just like as a, not they smoke crack and meth
Yeah.
in different episodes, but they don't just smoke as sort of a thing. I don't think, do they?
Cigarettes. No, yeah. I mean, it seems weird seeing people smoke cigarettes without
These
it
days
making it
on
look
TV.
cool, right? I mean, nowadays you still see it, but it's just like made to look so cool. Here it's just kind of like, Dennis didn't look cool smoking cigarette.
I actually, it's in my notes. I feel like he did.
Oh, really?
Smoking always looks cool, I feel.
I mean, they would agree with you.
And is cool, kids. No, it's not cool. But who's oh, but they talked about, yeah, they talked about Danny DeVito, and they're, by the way, just
This wouldn't have worked.
like God, I wish to God I ever had producers like these people. Like yeah,
Yeah.
Ray Liotta. No man,
He'd
it
be
wouldn't be
funny in an
half as
episode
good
or
as.
two, but
Yeah, exactly. But no, Ray Liotta would have been good as Max. That, to be honest,
hmm.
Max? Do you remember
Yeah,
Max
man, the
Dad in
prisoner,
prison?
the prison. He's
Yeah,
a nut job.
but yeah.
Oh, can't
Oh
believe
yeah.
season one came to an end. We could do a recap if
Yes,
anybody
yes.
watches this episode later on. We could do a recap of the season or something before moving on to
I
season
feel
two.
it's very difficult. It's not like
I mean,
there
again,
is
we'll
a
just come here and
seasonal
talk about
arc,
everything and nothing.
but our personal lives, perhaps.
So those
How's the
curtains, where
veganism?
those red curtains, they were passed on to you from your great aunt, right? They're fascinating.
Actually, no, but sure, why not? Sure, they were bad, whatever.
Hey, look, they're
But I
just like the
do,
photo here. Actually, they match it.
yeah, that's, well, I mean, I feel my curtains are of a better quality, but whatever. Anyway, I have a glass. This is a nice glass. It's got Carlsberg.
Oh, nice. Yeah, what are
That's
you drinking in
what.
there, by
What,
the way? I
what
was
are you
gonna ask you.
drinking? I'm drinking. This is water in this, but I'm drinking wine as well. But I drink
Hmm,
water at the same time so I don't get dehydrated.
that's
I'm
very
an
kind.
old man. What are you drinking?
I'm having a beer. Lager,
What kind?
Swiss
What?
lager. I've
Oh, I
crashed the
wouldn't know the
can.
brand, would I?
No, I mean, I don't even know which one's the brand. Whether either
What's the
that
percentage?
either the city on top that it says it's 4.8.
Yeah, reasonable.
Yeah. Man, sorry, I was just gonna go on a random tangent about Swiss supermarkets and their protectionism, but
Go ahead. Come on, let's end on that.
no, I mean, Swiss supermarkets, like, they really, like, if a product makes it on the shelf, that's the one that they're selling in that spot until the rest of their lives, I feel. So there's like a few beers that make it to like the main cold fridge shelves, and like I think I
Oh,
can
like
and
as soon as they have one brand, they never change that
yeah, I
brand
feel
name.
like yeah, that's it. You're just
Yeah,
you just
well,
have that and you just drink that. And I mean, of course, if you go in the back
I
end
mean,
where they have all the beers, they have all the different ones. But once like a brand is established somewhere, like that's that brand's
in the
corner.
I mean, I'm sure our charm is more than enough to incite people to go and listen to our political podcast, which is about the nichest subject possible. But what was I gonna say?
But this is interesting.
Shit. But yeah, no. I was gonna. Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, this is the result of the comfort of living in the core of capitalism. That's what I was going to say. So, yeah, yes, added value there, right there, for people to pick up. You're speechless at
Yeah, I
my
don't know. I was gonna say, you're gonna elaborate,
level
or
of.
should we just leave it? I could go either way, honestly.
What, you want to end our friendship? Is no? All right, okay. Okay, I'll just hang up. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
It's better.